Hello everyone, this is the Archfiend, and sorry to my fans, but this is going to be another sports-related video here. Now, this has to do with that video that I made, the Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather fight being cancelled. Now, a lot of discussion has come up in this video, and there's a couple things that I left unaddressed in that video because I wanted that video to mainly be about the two fighters. But talking just with people and looking a bit more into everything, I've just basically come to the conclusion that boxing, as we know it today, is just dead. It's just flat out dead. Even if something like that fight ends up actually happening, it's just still dead because the sport is a total joke. And I'm going to explain why here. Now, just a brief summary of that video. If you didn't see it, it's linked underneath here. I basically laid out how Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather is just like the most anticipated fight to see right now. But it's not going to happen because the Floyd Mayweather camp is laying down rules and new testing procedures that they want done as far as drug testing goes. And the Pacquiao camp is not, Pacquiao, whatever you want to call it, Pacquiao camp is not agreeing to it, so now the fight's off. And a lot of people are criticizing Floyd Mayweather Jr. as being, you know, the sole person just to, you know, bring the situation down on and say, what the hell is he changing the rules for? He's obviously a chicken. He's trying to dodge this fight. But people, I gotta say here, if there's one person or group of people that needs criticism, it's boxing itself. It's the commissions in boxing. It's the basic promoters in boxing. They all deserve the criticism, not the fighters. Because here's why, people. Boxing should have the power to say to any two fighters, you guys agree to fight? Okay, good. Here are the rules. Follow them. Oh, you want to do drug testing? Okay, here's the drug testing procedures. Follow them, take the test, fight. But no. Boxing is at a state where one guy, in this case, Floyd Mayweather, can say, excuse me, I don't want to fight this fight unless this, and this condition is met. What is this shit? Since when do the players call the rules of the game? And that is why boxing is just a total sham. It's just a fraud in itself anymore. And the reason why? Money. That's all it comes down to. Boxing is a sport where it just has so many flaws because of money. Now, if you look at a few things, you can see how evident this is. Number one, boxing has multiple promotions that basically put forth fights. For example, Golden Boy Promotions is going to be doing was going to be doing the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight because they basically got the lease to do it, for lack of a better term. But they are also one of the groups saying that, oh yes, we agree with Floyd, Pacquiao should do these drug testings, whereas another promotion could say, you know, if you come with us, we're not going to push the commissions as hard to do any sort of different testing. So there's a bit of a disconnect between just the general promotions themselves and how they conduct business in the sport. And as far as money goes, as far as pay-per-view revenue, it's just a whole different day and age compared to what boxing was like back in the day. I mean, you didn't have this big, massive multimedia conglomerate that can get any fight live to any corner of the earth for a fee that anyone could pay. So much is made about boxing because they want these big fights to happen, but the boxers themselves know that they are the main draw and so much money is going to be made out of it that they feel they should have the power. Well, here's a message to all the boxers out there. It's not your sport. The sport should have the control over you. That may suck, and it may sound like slavery, but you know what? That's the way it is, and that's the way it has to be. Why does it have to be that way? Because the fans lose if it's not that way. The only people that are suffering under the current conditions of boxing are the fans. Do you think Mayweather gives a shit that he's not making $45 million in this fight? He's made hundreds of millions of dollars in previous fights. Manny Pacquiao will go on to fight someone else. He'll continue on his legacy and he'll start smashing through anyone. And on top of that, just the whole climate and the culture of fighting anymore just seems to be that fighters will pick and choose who they want to fight. Whatever happened to the days of Muhammad Ali saying, "Who's next in the line?" Can you name one fighter he ever dodged? Can you name one fighter Sugar Ray Leonard ever dodged? Can you name one fighter Mike Tyson even dodged? Could you imagine, okay, let's take a hypothetical situation. Let's say there's an instance like with the Tyson versus Holyfield where Tyson bit Holyfield's ear. Imagine if that happened in a Floyd Mayweather match. Holy shit, could you imagine if they tried to get a rematch for that fight? Floyd Mayweather would be screaming to no end. He would be like, "Oh my God, I'm not going to take part in this rematch unless there's a psychological evaluation done of the other fighter. He serves a year in prison, takes a number of different tests." That is just the culture that we live in as far as boxing. Now, don't get me wrong, people. Boxing, the physical sport of two men fighting, is a fantastic and entertaining sport. But what the physical sport is here today and the climate that it turned into because of money, it is bullshit, dead, buried. I'm done with it. I don't even care. If I follow boxing anymore, I'm going to follow lower circuit guys and up-and-comers, because once you start getting to the higher levels, you get the good old greenbacks just changing your whole attitude and perception, and that's just what happens nowadays. Let's get some decent fighters up there that don't give a shit about what testing that needs to be done. Do the standard testing that's already on the table, that tests for the generic stuff, and keeps the fights clean. All this other shit about having to do blood tests the day before fighting, and granted, yes, it does prove to a more absolute certainty that the person isn't cheating, but come on, let's just stop with the bullshit. The testing that is out there now is fine. It gets the job done. But that fight's never going to happen, so just bitching about it and bitching about who's dodging who, it's not worth it. It's pointless. Bitch at boxing for getting to the point that the inmates run the asylum, because that's what boxing is today. It's no fun. It's basically no fun unless you want to watch lower ranked guys that actually have heart and don't get eaten up by money in the business yet. So anyways, that's just my thought on boxing. I just wanted to make an extension of that rant that I had before, and I don't know, I hope you guys enjoyed this. And anyone that's out there that you watch and follow boxing, do you enjoy it anywhere near as much as you used to? Because I know I sure as hell don't. And boy, I mean, I would wish that things would go back to the 80s and just see, you know, match after match in just multiple weight divisions. There'd be a classic match, it seemed like, every other month. Nowadays, you're lucky to see one classic match a year. It's all about the money. It's all that matters anymore. Anyways, people, I hope you enjoyed this and have a great day.